Okay, today's task, should we choose to accept it, is to basically do the same as yesterday, but instead of using having iron there as iron oxide in the medium, is to replace the iron with some zinc oxide. Mainly because the zinc oxide seems to be one that promotes the red organism, especially when it's anaerobic, and you seem to get like greening on the surface of things like that. So you get your red organism. I don't know if I should go to spot colour on this. So you got your red organism. It seems to be promoted by zinc, preferably as the oxide rather than the sulphate. Yeah, oxide seems to be better than the sulphate. See, with the oxide you don't get any greening at the top, basically. What's this one? What's this one? Yeah, oxide and calcium, so it's basically combo. And we noticed that oh, hello. Hello, I didn't know you were there. So that's next door neighbour's cat. Oxide with manganese dioxide there. The manganese doesn't seem to get in the way, but we have noticed that that's with a bit of iron. So yeah. But manganese dioxide, or manox, does seem to cause phosphorus drawdown, which can be a bit of a problem. But on the small scale, it doesn't get in the way of what the zinc does. So it'd be interesting to find out or work out what the zinc does. What's interesting though is that the zinc can be replaced to a certain extent with aluminium. So are they both acting a bit like iron? Like the aluminium is acting a bit like iron, and the zinc is acting a bit like iron. Zinc, of course, most zinc salts are about 10 times more soluble than all the other general transition elements sort of thing. So that basically means it washes out more freely. It also means it can accumulate to 10 times the level of most other salts in the environment sort of thing. So that's something to know. It's also acid, of course. It can also form zincates, just like aluminium can form aluminates. So that's just something to know. I think I have got a bit of smeg on the camera too, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, I'll just get my container here, and I'm probably going to have to go down and buy some more. So this is just, I'm doing my first 3 litre batch, and eventually I'm going to make, I'll do the full 9 litres sort of thing like I did yesterday. But first of all, I'm just doing one off to show you basically. Then I'll pop down the shops and get myself a new bag of material. So, yeah. Oh, we're still on spot colours. I bet we are. Yeah, I bet we are. Yeah, we are too. Yeah, there we go. Now we're at. No. Okay. So this one is just to get a litre roughly. Make sure you. Now I find with this sort of stuff, the amount of, you put the oxide into this, so it's iron oxide, zinc oxide, manganese dioxide, titanium dioxide, whatever. What I've learned over time, if we go for a wander, I'll show you. There we will. Basically, if we have it as in the container like that, basically 2 spoons will do that side, and 2 spoons will basically do that side of the thing. So basically 4 spoons per litre basically. That seems to work with the mixed spoons here, while I was putting in basically 1 spoon per 2.4 litres. So basically there are 4 2.4 litres in a 10 litre bucket basically, so that's like 4 spoons. But if we do it with this, because it's going to be held in there with the it does fall out down towards the bottom of the container, of course. That's going to be 4 fours of 16 basically. So yeah, anyway, and it sort of ties in with the 1/4 max rule. And this cat's going to scratch me, isn't he? So yeah, anyway, you're going to have to move. Yeah, you're going to have to move, just for the time being. That's all right. Now, which one's my zinc? I think this one's my zinc. This is my zinc oxide. Here we go. General. Okay. So basically, we want 4 spoons of this basically. 1, 2, 3, 4. So even though it's an insoluble oxide, you've got to remember that zinc is a very soluble substance in a way. All its salts are usually 10 times more soluble than the average, the common garden sort of transition metal salts. So anyway, we're going to mix this in, basically. Now we probably do want spot colour. Okay, mix this in. Like that. Get it mixed in. So that will stick to the fibres of the newspaper cellulose, basically. And well, hopefully it will keep the we might be able to actually get the red organism to grow in the medium. We might be able to make some red sphagnum moss using this one, and whether it keeps our leaf bases of our plants nice and red. Anyway, back to 49 area, and now we're going to put 2 parts of this white sand in. Where's my container gun? As we did yesterday. Before we step on the spoon, we're going to put this nice white quartzite clay pit sand. And we're going to have 2 parts of that, because we're sort of tending to find that that's what we like. It's easier to make up that way. So it's basically, I may have erred on the side of caution the other day. It was 33 1/3, and it's 66 2/3, I think. Yeah, I'm slightly out with my mathematics basically. So yeah. So this is one session, and I'll do 2 more. Well, I'll pop down the shop and get some more newspaper cellulose and make it up with some hot water straight off the boil sort of thing. Let it cool down, and then I'll do another 2 sessions, like identical to this, and that will make up our 9 litre bucket. And hopefully we'll get some fly traps or something and see how we go. Okay, now here we go. Now we're going to mix this in initially, and then we're going to add some water to it, and it should turn into a nice slurry sort of thing. Now open up the fibres. The sand will open up the fibres, but hopefully the zinc oxide will still stick to the newspaper cellulose to some extent, and to the sand grains, I think. So we won't flush it through the medium, and we'll see what effect it has on our so-called brown rock fungi, I suppose. So it'll be interesting to see that. But anyway, let's get on for the next day. So I suppose after this, the next clip will be seeing me done the whole bucket, because I would have gone down to the shop and have got myself some more newspaper cellulose. Okay, let's go. Whoa, let's go, Ghostbusters. There we go. So that 1 litre covers the 2 parts of sand, because you always put half the volume of the sand in as water usually. That should. There you go. So we'll see how we go.